Hello, Sweet Tooth here, and flutterpieroxs, mostly flutterpieroxs, playing Sexy Brutale, the best game ever, game of the year.
It's because you're mainly ignoring it. Like, you sometimes chime in, but mostly you don't. Just gonna turn the volume up a little. Okay, so we're nearing the end here.
That's because I'm special.
Now, the first question is, am I really a murderer? And to that, the answer is most assuredly yes. You see this man here? Dear Reginald, I killed him, stone dead. It wasn't my finger that pulled the trigger, it was my command. Family as well, you know. We're allowed to expect the scene. Sixpence is frozen perfectly in time. His face shows disbelief and agony. The staff member looks friendly, dispassionate. He's doing his job, without malice or pleasure. Ah, the heart of our casino, our dear friend Clay. In this scenario, I had him die from a shot of venom from the same spider that would go on to devour his precious wife. He did like a drink, Clay, but never when he was working, mind you. You know? There's always a sense of sadness in the lifeless mechanical eyes of Sixpence's prototype robot. That robot kept trying to warn him. The poison has burned the flesh of Clay's mouth down to the bone. It was a horrific way to die. So fitting. She's so beautiful, Trinity. The moth by moonlight is what Clay called her. She loved that name. A moth. So I thought it'd be very fitting for her to be eaten by my giant spider. I never had one, you know. I'm sure nothing could possibly grow that big, but by gods, I wish they did. I would have kept it in a room, just like this one. You cannot imagine the terror she must have felt, bound in thread and waiting for the end. A creature from a nightmare. Tequila's body is covered in deep cuts. This one was rather fantastical. When we found that fish, I did so want to believe the stories. A voodoo fish. I rather suspect it was just a guppy with some particularly bright colors. The man who sold it to me must have thought I was the most gullible person under the sun. But I wasn't paying for the fish. I was paying for the story. Eleanor called me a fool, but she did love to watch him in his tank. Best fortune I ever spent. I'd like to say that Willow would have never hanged herself, but then a long time ago I stopped even trying to pretend I could understand what another person might do. At one point you thought this creature held the answers, but he's just fiction, a boogeyman. Willow's face is contorted in agony. Yeah, it really sounds like this guy held the answers, didn't it? They purposely made it that way, to confuse you. Miss Tequila Bell, what a voice. She was a living work of art. I murdered her with the notes of a song, and then I had my staff throw her body down a garbage chute. Yep. The staff member appears to be taking a certain amount of pride in the carnage he created. Tequila, bleeding to death from deep lacerations all across her body. Grayson Red. It wasn't really a party until those two got here. Grayson is such a complete scoundrel. Oh my god, he's fun. Or was, at least. Red would have done anything for him. I'm almost certain it would be so much more painful if Grayson had gone second, and Red had to watch him die first. Yes, perhaps I'll change this one. What kind of maniac imagines torturing a man in this way? He gave his own life to try and save Grayson. Ah, Aram. I smelted him down in a furnace, like a big gold bar. My mansion has many strange, wonderful creations, but a lift that doubled as an incinerator, that would have been something. And to think, if Arnold were to choose how he went, then perhaps he would have chosen something like this. Though in a way, he almost did. That's pretty much what it is right now. They're not explaining anything just yet. There's a small hope that his heart gave out before he burned to death. Fire blast from the furnace. Dantos, what a mind to waste. It wasn't just this mansion he built, you know. There are similar works of architectural genius all over the country. He was a grouchy and often tiresome old man. That mind was like a cracked diamond. At least his works will live on. Well, Bone, you've heard my confession. As I said, I'm a murderer. This is not a brag or boast. I'm not good or clever for it. I'm simple and gross. I've killed everyone in this mansion. But there's one person who didn't die. Danto's body's charred to a crisp. The furnace cooked him through. This beautiful golden elevator is the connection between the horror upstairs and the madness down here. The one man who survived the events of the day here. He woke up with a broken body and a broken mind. They put a mask on his face and forced him to breathe until he was fit to stand. Probably should have looked at that, but oh well. A man who served his time, a time that could never be enough. Whoever's in the cell, they must have been here for years for a tree to grow this large. A man who lived when all the others did not. I would like you to meet that man, Bone. I'd like you to meet him and then decide if this day should end. The answer will be behind these doors. Come find me there. She and I will be waiting for you. So now I need to go find those doors. That should be pretty easy to get there. I like how it didn't expand to fill the entire room. Gotta wait for him to finish walking through. The heart ring should be able to open it. The blue flames die down. There we go. Let's go up. Oh, here's the key. Looks like we're back up here. That's the key to the chapel. Are we in the chapel? Okay. There we go. Let's set this as our thing. Going? Okay. Just gotta wait for him to finish up. Wait for them to finish their scene. Here we go. Plan B was going to be beating you to death with a candlestick, which is exactly what happened the other way. Would have been exhausting for both of us, so everyone wins. Oh hey, it looks like a ghost is playing the piano now. Well found, Bone. Please, come join me. Yep, time to disrespect my surroundings. Should I talk to the ghost that's on the stair? Oh, don't have time. Go in here. Okay, here we are.
Tequila Jr.?
What do you mean?
I'm
Yeah, why do we keep getting away with the thing that killed Tequila? I cannot control you. I cannot make you part of my world. Not truly. Perhaps once you see, you will decide for yourself whether or not this world is the right one for us. This is Lucius Blondes, the Marquess of the Sexy Brutale. Lucius. My Lucius. I have brought us all here to judge this man. Or rather, to sentence him. His guilt is not in question. You don't understand, please. He is a good man. We shall see. Bone, watch carefully. There's still time. Plenty of time. It's all Sixpence's calculations after all. The explosives are all primed. Everything will go off once at the stroke of midnight. A garden full of my guests safely outside. in a garden full of witnesses to clear me of any wrongdoing. It's risky. But the insurance is a new life for Eleanor and I. Something a little less extravagant this time. Lucius. My Lucius. I don't know, I'm calling him Lucius. Please, he's a good man. Evie. Sixpence, I'm afraid I rather lack your finesse. I don't want to see this. You'd be very disappointed, old chap. You'd have done a much neater and smaller job. Oh, where am I? I think I must have left them in the other room. Yes, you turn your face away. How easy for you. How easy to look the other way. I'm the one who has to keep everything together. Is it perfect? No. But this is what's right. This is closest to right that we deserve. Please, he's a good man. My beautiful mansion. I will miss you so dearly. But you are also a gamble, and not one that has paid off. This house is not always winning, and you are a luxury I can no longer afford. It's time to cash in the check. What was that? Oh my god, no. Fire! The theater, but how? The casino, no. No, no, no. The timer, did I do something wrong? No, how can this be happening? I have to get out. Ellie! Ellie! No, no! Oh God, what have I done? He survived that fall. A little bruised, somewhat broken, but he lived. And there you have it, Bones. This man set fire to his own mansion for nothing more than the insurance. The guests in the mansion, they didn't truly die to giant spiders or demon fish or crushing cages. They died in the fire that this man set. I've kept this mansion running, embellished the death, added some flair. But this man is truly responsible for the deaths in this mansion. This isn't everything. You don't know. It is more than enough. We will wait, Bones. If you can figure out if you want to save this man, then go ahead. I will not stop you. Exactly.
Why try to set fire?
He did this, Bones.
Why even try to
Please,
set
he's a
fire
good man.
to it when everybody's inside it?
Your pocket watch ticks in unison with this clock. There's plenty of time, plenty of time. Look at him. Think of what he did. Without me, there's nothing. Is that what you want? She would have us forgive ourselves. For what? How dare she? If you stop them, then what? What do we have left? Think. I've done all I can. There's nothing more I can give. Looks like she just has that to say. So I have to wait for him to go to the room, then I can mess around in here. violin for practice. Back really fast. No more. No more. Here we go. Wait, the wire is cut. Who? Wait, this isn't right. The timer. I made a mistake. This would have gone off early. My God. Bone. I think we can forgo having the mask chase you, Bone. There's no need for that anymore. Not here. Lost your photo?
Why, was that your favorite thing?
What are you doing here? Please, you have to leave. This, I can't explain. Or rather, I don't imagine I need to. I'm so sorry, my old friend. I should have told you. But you can be rather proper now. I'm going to burn this place down. You know I love this place. It's everything. But I love her more. We have a child on the way, you know. And this mansion, the cost, the sheer drain of it. I'm not the young reckless gambler I used to be, Laffy. I thought you'd be proud. I've locked those demons up tight. No more chasing the high stakes for me. But I will admit, this plan is somewhat thrilling. But I timed it so that everything will detonate once everyone is safely outside. There's one of these devices in every fireplace, and the fireplaces are all connected. But no one will be hurt. And then it's the darndest thing. This wire here was cut. And then I noticed a rather terrible mistake. I think if it hadn't been cut, everything would have gone off early. I can't imagine what would have happened. You see? He never meant it. He never meant to hurt anyone. Please, please stop this torture. Eleanor, is that you? No, he did not intend, but he acted. And they died. They all died. He killed them, Bone. He killed everyone he ever cared about. His friends, his own wife, and his unborn child. We don't deserve to be forgiven. They don't deserve to be forgotten. Don't you see, Bone? This is how I keep them alive. This party, this day. This party, this day. I keep that agony fresh. I see their faces. I remember them. She would have forgiven ourselves. She would let us go. She would have you live. But I'm not ready. I will never be ready. Please, Bone. Bone. Everything you see in this mansion, it's the memory of a broken man. Reliving the nightmare of the night he murdered everyone dear to him. One terrible act that he wished he could take back every second that he has lived since. There's only one man responsible for everything in this mansion. Lucius. Lucius. And Lucius. Look how old you've gotten, my love. It's time. We must go to see him. So what do you think so far?
Wait, so Lucas the Marquis?
Yep.
Oh.
Lucius is the owner of the house, the one who burnt it down. Everything in this day is him just repeating it over and over in his head, being unwilling to forget him himself. The fact that when he is able to move is that he might be willing to move on. If you win, he moves on with his life. It's been more than 40 years, Lucius. You punished yourself long enough. You almost died when you fell. And it's been like you stayed alive just to make sure you suffered. You were hospitalized near death. You went to prison, but it still wasn't enough. You have suffered and missed us every day. We aren't here to forgive you, Lucius. You'll never have that. We are gone, and we cannot say the words. You cannot ever know if we would say those words. But as much as you have hated yourself, you've always known one thing. In your heart of hearts, you know I would not have wanted you to suffer forever. One day, enough will be enough. Today can be that day, Lucius, if you want, if you are ready. You don't have to forget. You only have to forgive yourself just enough to live. His very appearance is painful for me to look at, just as my appearance is painful for you. He is the king of this mansion. He is perhaps the purest glimpse into your soul, my love. Frail, ragged, alone, but beyond powerful. Enough rage and pain and grief to destroy and rebuild this mansion 100 times over. Trapped down here, watching his friends murdered over and over through these mirrors. He's king of this mansion, but a puppet king. It's time to release him from this torment. Take your mask, Lucius. It will return every aspect of yourself. Then, let us go. Let us all go. It doesn't mean you forget. I love you. There is one other option. Walk away. Use the watch. Turn back time. Let the party start again. We will all be here. Your friends will all be here. Your mansion, your memories. You don't have to let them go. It's your choice. You can actually use the watch here and just go through that scene again when you want to leave. The place is yours, Lucius. It's horrible and broken and twisted. You don't have to be a prisoner here. I loved you. I loved you so much and you loved me. I know you are sorry. I know it's not enough. But it is done. Let some of the pain go. Live your life. Goodbye, my love. "40 years living with this. It's quite a lot, isn't it?" He's finally able to forgive himself. The final mask. The ability to save everyone. the power to walk through the mirrors and do it all over on the same day. Placing on the cartridge, turning on the cameras, shifting the water, locking them in that closet, flipping the switch, fixing the roulette, and forgiving yourself. Beautiful, isn't it? Goodbye, my love. Wherever I am always here. Visit if you want, but don't stay too long. It's time to make new memories. Time to live the life you still have. Time to move on, old man.
Who you calling old man?
There we go. That was the Sexy Brutale. I don't know if we want to watch the whole credits, do we? Or should I just turn it off? Okay, let's let the credits roll. So what do you think?
Had a way of lighting a dark room with nothing.
Same guy.
So the credits are off, and I really love that ending. I feel like it ties it together so well. Well, there we go. Want to do the exit?
Well, that was the Sexy Brutale by Flutter. You leave a comment. Hope you have yourself a good day.
Tell us if you're someone other than Shippo watching this. Maybe. Who knows?
That's what I say. See you, Shippo.
Bye, Shippo. We know you're the only one here. Love you.